Hi everyone, welcome back to Uboat, welcome to U-564. We are just 22 nautical miles south of Iceland on our patrol. And we've got our first contacts. It's very difficult to distinct one between the other, but yes, we've definitely got contacts, and we've got the current bearing kind of sort of like 300, 290, 300. So we're at periscope depth. Let's go and take a look. Okay then, with the contacts we know, with the bearings, we've got the observation periscope up, that Exile on it. Let's head up to the attack periscope and see what we can find. Okay, here we are then. We know it's periscope's pointing in completely opposite direction. Where we want to be looking, over here, 300, 290. There they are. Ooh. It looks like they're coming straight for us. That could be a challenge. So I just see two ships. Both look to be Empire trade ships. Oh, third ship. Possibly an NA1 freighter, a small one. Okay. I may have to do a bit of manoeuvring. We're not in a particularly great spot here. Yes, let's do some manoeuvring and see if we can get a better angle on these ships. Okay, welcome back. We have done some manoeuvring. We're now further. Well, we've got a better angle on them. Basically, we did a bit of a UE, and now we're facing the opposite direction. But it gives us a better angle on the ships. Red flags. I can't make out more than that, to be honest. We've got two similar Empire trading ships there, and we've got this NA1 here. So if we have a look at the who's the leading ship here? So we were sitting about here. Those ships coming towards us. We've basically just done a big U like that to get ourselves into a better angle. Yeah, I should imagine we'll go for the middle ship first, and then you can see I plotted a imaginary course for them so I could judge how far I need to be away from them. So if I plot and get the angle of bow for the first ship. Oh, if that would click, that would be absolutely fantastic, but it never does. Let's get that changed. So that is 30. Is that 30? 31, yeah. Ah, you can see that there's the old Soviet flag. Right, okay. Right, if we lock onto that, let's bring up this. We know it's 31. There. Well, let's get. Right now, let's get that locked and set. Good, and tracking. Wonderful. Right, let's get her identified. Let's get a little bit more height. Give us a bit more accuracy when it comes to doing things like the Stad meter to get the range. Right, she is an Empire Explorer, I believe. Yeah. Range is going to be there. 24 cables currently. And speed. So, it's August 1941. Obviously, Germany declared war on the Soviets in June by invading the Soviet Union. So these are fair game. Just wait for the ship to go through the crosshair, and we should have our speed calculation complete. Four knots, lovely. Right, so we've got angle of bow, we've got the speed, we've got the range. We could put in, let's have a look. We're not going to do a salvo, but it's good practice anyway. She's an Empire Explorer. Her length is 123.5 meters. If we put the length in there, 110, 120, 3.5, somewhere like that. And that would give us the separation to fire our torpedoes, which should be what, 1 meter. Cool, right. Gyro angle is slowly ticking itself around. That's all looking good. What do we got? We've got a T2 electric torpedo in tube 1. We'll get that flooded. We'll get that locked so it's taken from the targeting computer. And we wait a little bit. Right, let's have a look at the other. That NA1 is coming a bit close. The NA1 we could pop up potentially and use the deck gun on. She's a light ship, so it won't take too much in the way of shells to get her sunk. These two we might try and torpedo them both. How are we doing that? So let's just redo some recalculations. Constantly recheck our calculations. So she's currently angle of bow about 37. It's 30. What's that reading? 30, 37, 38. That's probably about right then. You see, because it's on the red side, you look at the red number. So it's 20, 30 plus 7.5, 8. So that's probably about right. And we'll fire a shot away at this one, and then we'll do a quick snapshot at that one. Maybe we'll have a snapshot all three. Come on. Stand by to fire. Tube 1. Come on, tick over. Fire. It's just faffing around with that last one. Right. Let's switch to, this one right here. Right, we know this is an NA1. Let's get the angle of bow sorted for her quickly. I was going to deck gun this one, but as she's right there, it's going to be 71. Right, so unhitch. 71. Lock. Track. Speed is going to be 4 knots. But we're going to keep it at that. That's going to be fine. This is an NA1. Boom, boom, boom. 4 knots. Range we need to do. Range. Nine cables. Right. Floods tube 2. And that is good to fire any time. Fire. Right. Third ship. Okay, third ship is 70. Lock. Track. Speed, we're going to go 4 knots as well. We need to lock onto that. No, we don't. It's that one we need to lock onto. So, where's the... Torpedo should be en route now. Should we stop and have a look to see if we can see the torpedoes? Ah, first torpedo is struck home on the Empire Tower at the back, or the Empire Explorer at the back. Now, what about the NA-1? Lots of black smoke after from the back ship, or the ship at the back, should I say? I think she's in trouble. Have we missed? Oh no, we just got her. We just got her. Serious damage. Nice. Right, concentrate back on this one over here. She's going to be starting to do her evasive maneuvers now. She is an Empire Explorer as well. We know she's probably doing 4 knots. Range... about there, 17 cables. Right. Apparently she's good to fire. Let me just double check that this is right. Angle of bow 75. 75. Yeah, okay. No, that's looking good. Right. So, torpedo tube 3. Flood 3. We should be ready to fire as soon as that's flooded. Fire. Third torpedo away. Right, how's those other ships? That one's burning profusely. The NA-1 appears to have completely sunk straight away. No trace of her. Can we get 3 out of 3? Can we get a perfect hat-trick? That definitely seems to be slower. We'll let the fires take hold. If need be, we'll try and finish her off with a deck gun. It's always a horrible impatience when you are waiting to find out if you've hit the target. Have we waited? Oh. I think we may have missed. Yeah, I think we've missed. Right. Let's as she sinks beneath the waves, let's surface the boat and get the deck gun in action. I know you all crave it. Right, we've got some high explosives loaded. Get some shots away. Try and get the fires going. Okay, we switched to armor piercing. I'm going to try and blow some holes in the back of this ship. Oh, there goes the mast. Smoke is coming from the rear. Keep pummeling away. I can see lights. Yeah, there's definitely a fire. Yes, there. Oh, and I think she's gone. Look at that. We've got some critical hits to the rear of the ship. I think she's gone. She has gone. Just wait a moment. Sometimes they get stuck, half sunk. Crazy though it sounds. Okay, she seems to be just hanging there, so let's try and put a couple of holes elsewhere along the hull line to see if we can get some water flooding into the front of the ship as well. Is she going to go? She's thinking about it, but so far, nothing. Tough old ship, this one. Ah, you can see the, I think, just there in the middle of the circle, where the ship just jumped off the deck, I think. Oh, is she? She's refloating. How is this happening? No, she's gone. She's gone. The front of the ship went down, which brought the rear, the stern up momentarily. But no, I thought for a moment they'd managed to refloat her. But there we go. The third ship sent down to Davy Jones's locker, and you can see the lifeboats over there. Wonderful. Right, good shooting, Tex. She's sinking. Right, good show, everyone. Good show. Let's stow the deck gun away, and let's get back on our patrol. The cry goes up from one of the watch crew. Smoke on the horizon. Right, submerge the boat down to periscope depth. Go on, down we go. Okay. We've got them. Once again, 290, 300 bearing. Let's go take a look. Right. On the periscope, let's have a look. Swing it round. We reckon about 300 again. Coming up to 300. There we go. Well, yeah, just gone. There's 335, 310, and we've got an NA1 and another Empire tower. Is it just those two? Yes, two ships. Okay. I think this one's the closer of the two, so we'll get her locked on. See, there's a chance a little bit more high. In fact, it's this ship that's slightly closer. So if we lock on to her, here she is. We'll get her angle of bow. Right, her angle of bow is 33. So let's get this ready to go. Angle of bow will be 33. There we go. Periscope is slightly going under. Right, she's an NA1. I can see that. I've seen so many of them. Get her recognized. Another Soviet convoy. Wow, they are really going to be peed off with us today, aren't they? And that's okay. We are at war. It's all fun and games. Let's get her speed sorted. She seems to be going at a fair old speed. You can see from the bow wave, she's ploughing through it. Oh, nowhere near her top speed, though. I don't know if that's accurately created in game. 5 knots. Okay, it's average. Average. Good. Well, we've got her. Let's lock onto this one. Oh no, we better not actually, because we're doing the targeted computer, aren't we? So. So it's 5 knots. Let's get 5 knots. It was just about 4.5 knots it was registering, but we'll put in 5 knots. We've got the range. We've got the angle of bow. Now 35, 30, 34, 35. 34, 35. Is that right? Yeah, 34, 35. That's looking good. Good. Right. What have we got loaded in the tubes? Tube 1, we've got a T2, T2, T1, and a T1. Okay, so we got... So 3 and 4 got T1, which are steam torpedoes, and 1 and 2 are electric torpedoes. So we could fire a slower torpedo, i.e. an electric one at 30 knots at this one, and then we could maybe try and fire a faster torpedo, 40 knot steam torpedo at that ship, and so she won't have time to react when the torpedo goes off. Or she'll have less time to react, shall I say. Okay, it's ticking over to 57, that's about right. All looking good. Let's get the range changed, because obviously she's come a lot closer to us now. Wait for the big old waves to go. 12 cables. Okay. So not too far now till we fire. This is calculated at 30 knots. Yes, it is. Good. So we'll get tube 1 flooded. Good. Right. .40 angle of bow. Let's just double check that. Oh, 61. So let me just read that. 40, 50, 60. Yeah, okay, I did. I did misread that. Okay, that's good. I thought something had gone horribly wrong then. I do think that needs to be slightly tinked up there. 62. That sounds a bit better. That was just a few degrees behind, I think. 63. 63 and a bit, yeah, okay. Alright, stand by to fire. Tick, tick, tick. Come on. Oh, it's gone the other way now. Gonna tick over. Fire. Loss. Right, let's get steam loaded. And we'll go 40 knots. Lovely. Set that to 40 knots. Unlock. Switch to the other ship. Get her angle about as quick as we can. Her angle about is 68. Right, let's get 68 locked in. Nice. We know she's doing the same speed. We need to get her identified. She is an Empire Explorer. And we need to get her range. Good. How's that looking? Almost ready to fire. Good. I'm thinking about we might fire just a little bit early. Does it stop? Why does this stop rotating? He stopped. There's no bow wave. That one's got a bow wave. Ah, we missed. Okay, we missed. I might just do this one's speed again, because it doesn't feel like... Oh, let me start that again. It doesn't feel... so maybe she is going at... Okay. 209 knots we've got calculated at the moment. That's clearly wrong. So we missed that NA1. So it can't have been by much. I think maybe their speed has varied slightly. I think maybe that was my fault. The computer calculated it at 4.5 knots, didn't it? I changed it to 5 knots. You wouldn't think half a knot would make too much difference in the calculations, but maybe it did. Four knots. Ah, there you go. They've changed speed. Right. She's almost ready to fire. Right. Let's just get the one more on the range. Make sure the range is good. 12 cables. Okay. We've got a steam loaded at 40 knots. 40 knots. Yeah, that's all good. Stand by to fire. We've got 60, 70, 81 angular bow, is that right? $81, yeah, that looks good. Stand by to fire. It's gone to 4 knots, that's good. How are we looking? Looking okay. Come on, tick over. Stand by. Fire. Torpedo away. Let's have a look at this one. Could be another deck gun. Bit of action with that one. But torpedo away. Okay, the NA-1 is now making some frantic maneuvers. She obviously saw her companion ship get sunk, and she doesn't want to have any part of that. So let's surface the boat and man the deck gun. Okay, let's do the same tactic. Try and put some holes in the rear or the stern of the ship. Get those propellers sheared off. Get all sorts of flooding and damage to the engines. Oh, misjudged that one with the peak and trough of the waves. I've got a couple of good shots on that rear. Oh, oh, oh! The bow is rising. She's either put her foot down and the bow is rising, or she is sinking from the rear. I think she's sinking from the rear. There we go. Another ship to add to our log. Fantastic. That's 5 ships today on this patrol. That is very good indeed. That will look very good in U-564's logbook. I know sometimes when these U-boats were not scoring any kills, they started to think that they were cursed, but we are getting plenty of tonnage today. Nice. As she slips beneath the waves, we will continue on our patrol, complete our designated time and distance, and then start our return to base. Okay, and back at keel. U-564. After a fantastic patrol, we're going to get some resupplies and we'll probably go out again. Quite a short patrol this time, but we did what we needed to do, and hopefully the video will reward us accordingly. Things are going well. Looks like we've got some oil drums and some fuel supplies in. Good. We'll definitely need some of that. Some recruits running around in the background, but let's report in to the BDU and see what they have to say. Okay, here we are. Mission summary. 40,000 budget. Fantastic, so we can add some more upgrades and resupply to our boat. And we've got a 100% reputation upgrade as well, which we could possibly spend at headquarters. Statistics. Tonnage sunk 13,173 tons. Time at sea 12 days and 20 hours. Distance travelled 16,489.5 nautical miles. Confirmation of sunk units. An NA-1 freighter for 2,233 tons. An Empire Bell freighter for 2,802 tons. A second Empire Bell freighter for 2,804 tons. And a third Bell freighter for 3,092 tons. Then we rounded that off with an NA-1 freighter for 2,242 tons. Nice. Our objectives were to travel 1,340 nautical miles inside our patrol area, which we did, and sink enemy trade ships with a total gross register of 10,000 tons. We surpassed it with 13,163 in total. Fantastic. Another good patrol. We'll get the boats resupplied, restocked, and ready to go out for another patrol next week. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these U-boat playthroughs. If you are, hit that thumbs up, and if you want to see some more, remember to hit the subscribe, tickle the bell so you don't miss the next video release. Thanks so much for watching. Join me back with the crew of U-564 next time. Take care. Bye-bye.